Great shot, pulled straight to backward square leg though.
Obviously didn't like the look of that one and just ignored it. That was a boundary the moment the ball left the bat. Can't time that any better. Perfection.
Drive straight down the ground, mid-on will collect that one though. On that nicely, good defence. Big edge, where's that going? Tried something a bit different last delivery, and the captain shouldn't mind that too much. If they get it right, they just might get that wicket. Can't get that outside the ring field. Over, New Zealand, 49 for none. Singh from the pavilion end. Lovely cover drive, but straight to the extra cover fielder. Glanced away nicely, but fine short, fine leg.
And that brings up the 50 partnership for these two.
Finds the fielder with that shot. Got that away nicely. Three runs added in that over. New Zealand are 52 for none. Nicked it. Half a chance, missed. Cuts that off well in the infield. Thick edge. Massive outside edge. Huge edge. An economical over comes to an end, but you get the feeling these openers might just be finding their feet.
It's been a bit of a battle finding some big overs, but they worked the ball around nicely.
Massive edge, misses everyone, and that's racing away. That's great fielding. That ball was flying.
Too wide. It's there to be hit. He's really given the treatment.
Good contest here at the moment. 4 off the last ball. It'll be interesting to see how the bowler can respond. Big edge. Where's that going? India managed to keep the batters pretty quiet in that over. We're certainly seeing some very good bowling. Great shot, rode the ball up with him and cut through point.
They picked the slower ball right away. Wasn't a bad delivery, but dispatched to the boundary with ease. How will the bowler respond?
Edged it. Time to keep the pressure on now. Great ball, that last one, to find the edge. It's just a case of finding the same spot. Collects that one, simple as you like, inside the ring.
They may have overstepped. The captain shouldn't be disappointed by the effort, just need to adjust the run-up. Latham watched it closely and let that go through to the keeper.
Sharmy deflates the crowd there, pulls up short, and that's going to be a dead ball. Great shot, pulled straight to backward square leg though. Oh, they took off for a moment, but decided against it. Good decision, I reckon. Was quick onto that in the infield. Over New Zealand, 70 for none.
70 for none.
Singh from the pavilion end. Oh, that's a cracking shot. That's going to be 6. It's going way back into the crowd there.
Well, that was a slower ball that didn't fool anyone. Got the timing just right. Beautiful shot. It was a brilliant diving effort. Couldn't manage to get there for the catch, but still a great stop.
The bowler stopped short there. Maybe didn't like the feel of their approach.
Still honing in on their lines. The batter happy to let it go through.
too straight and punched through the leg side.
That really wasn't a great delivery. Seen early, and it was dispatched with a plum. Might look to go big again here.
Singh pulls out, dead ball.
How will he reply?
That'll be a dead ball. Massive outside edge. Just got to follow up that last delivery. Found the edge, but no reward, but putting pressure on the batter. That's been smacked away. Fielders will not stop that one.
Well, you can't fault that shot. Nicely played, and it was 4 runs all the way.
Well balanced and a flick of the wrist. Finally got some work to do to cut that off.
Well, that was a poor delivery. You can't bowl there, and it got what it deserved.
Smashed all over the park. I wonder if the captain will stick with them.
They've got busy working the ball around and hitting boundaries in between. It's a good setup for a strong finish.
You give that much width and you're asking for trouble. That was so well timed and flew over the boundary.
Straight to the fielder. Drive straight down the ground. Mid-on will collect that one, though. Couldn't get it through the field. Lovely cover drive, straight to the extra cover fielder. Seven runs added there. New Zealand a 97 for none. Does very well to quickly get across to this one.
Latham watched it closely and let that go through to the keeper.
Crack! Head was completely still and they struck that hard, high and long for 6. This delivery just needs to be pitched up on a length. Too short, and you're going to get punished on this pitch.
One to get for 50.
Dug that out well.
On 49. A quick single, maybe? A little bit of wobble on that ball. It's safely taken by the keeper. Not enough on it to entice a shot, though.
Nice solid defensive shot. End of the over. 8 off it. New Zealand 105 for none.
Been some really good overs strung together. They've taken some risks, along with some good running. A very good total is on the way.
Charmy from the Reliance end. Thick edge. Boundary last delivery. Is that the sign they're trying to push the run rate? Doesn't beat the infield.
Still honing in on their lines. The batter happy to let it go through. Can he get the 50? You can't fault the bowling. Sometimes your opponent is just too good. Wonderful front foot shot, and there was no point chasing that. A good innings, that's 50. A simple raise of the bats. Thumbs up to their batting partner, and they're ready to go again.
Square cut, finds point, no run. Ten runs added there. New Zealand are 115 for none. Huge edge. Good fielding out in the boundary. Time to follow up after such a great delivery. Pitch it on a length is obviously the way to go. It's gone down. What a chance.
Changes being made in the field, going with a fairly balanced option.
Can't get that outside the ring field. Cuts that off well in the infield. Goes through it. It's high in the air. Fielder coming around, but it looks like
The front for the back.
5 runs added in the over. New Zealand are 120 for none. The right armour is coming into the attack from the Reliance end. Finds the fielder with that shot. Lovely cover drive, but straight to the extra cover fielder.
A little bit of wobble on that ball. It's safely taken by the keeper. Not enough on it to entice a shot though.
This could be trouble. Caught. That's a ridiculous catch. And that's gone. Amazing catch.
A great innings coming to an end. Brilliant scoring. It was a very entertaining performance. But have to head back to the pavilion.
New batter comes to the crease. Never an easy time to come into bat after the fall of a wicket. Flex that one, simple as you like inside the ring. Good bowling in that over, just the one from it. New Zealand are 121 for 1. Singh from the pavilion end. Huge edge. Let's just see if they can get that ball up into the slot as before. It's so crucial. You've got to follow up that last delivery and keep the batter under pressure. Beats the field with a great shot. End of the over. A good one in terms of keeping the batters quiet. Just needed to take a wicket to make it an excellent one. Going with spin now.
Farmer is coming into the attack.
Two straight. It's just been helped on its way for a maximum. Fine shot there.
Managed to get onto the front foot early and just incredible power to loft that over the boundary.
Was quick onto that in the infield. Head over the ball. Great shot. That's racing away.
A fantastic shot. Gets forward, head over the ball and smashes that one away.
Gill, I don't think, will be too happy with their bowler at the moment.
Captain's going to change things around in the field.
Straight drive, mid-off will cut that one off. Nice solid defensive shot. Some well-targeted bowling in that over. Certainly something to build on.
Still honing in on their lines. The batter happy to let it go through.
Massive outside edge. He's got to follow up that last delivery. Found the edge, but no reward, but putting pressure on the batter. Thick edge. Nicely fielded out deep on the boundary. Time to keep the pressure on now. Great ball, that last one, to find the edge. It's just a case of finding the same spot. On that nicely, good defence. Couldn't get it through the field. 4 runs added there. New Zealand are 139 for 1. Yada from the Reliance end. Big edge. Oh, I thought that was passing, but a fantastic dive to cut it off. Lovely cover drive, straight to the extra cover fielder. The over comes to an end. Not many runs coming off it. Both sides need to inject some life into this match. Jadeja, the left armour, is coming into the attack from the pavilion end. The right-arm pace bowler is coming into the attack from the pavilion end. Ticking the scoreboard over really nicely at the moment. Over the infield with a cracking shot.
A little bit of wobble on that ball. It's safely taken by the keeper. Not enough on it to entice a shot, though.
Pandya deflates the crowd there, pulls up short, and that's going to be a dead ball. Huge edge. A good contest here at the moment. 4 off the last ball. It'll be interesting to see how the bowler can respond. Doesn't beat the infield. That's the end of a very good over. Great pressure being placed on the batters here. Can't get that outside the ring field. Power and precision in that shot.
Caressed that nicely through the gap to the boundary.
Getting nicely settled at the crease now. Would have to be very happy with that last shot. Cuts that off well in the infield. Nearly gets the edge. Yada with a great delivery there. End of the over. 6 runs coming from it. New Zealand 157 for 1. Pandya from the pavilion end. Jadeja, the spinner, coming into the attack. Got that away nicely.
You can't hit the ball much better than that. Timed it to perfection. Might look to go big again here.
Lovely cover drive, but straight to the extra cover fielder. Great shot, just square of backward puller. No one to stop it.
It just looks so easy. Gets onto the front foot and eases through the ball. They can just stand and admire that shot. How will he reply?
Drive straight down the ground, mid-on will collect that one though. End of the over. 8 off it. New Zealand are 165 for 1.
Didn't like the look of that one and just ignored it.
Too good. That is huge.
Too much width and you're asking for trouble. It was so well timed and it just flew over the boundary.
Middled that one, great timing.
Going more defensive with this field choice now.
Square cut, finds point, no run. Finds the fielder with that shot. Over, New Zealand, 175 for 1. This could be out.
Well, enough leverage there to get a good swing of the arms under it to get it over the rope.
I didn't feel there was too much wrong with that last delivery. They just need to keep the ball in the right areas and the rewards will come. Collects that one, simple as you like inside the ring. Well timed, but there's a fielder out there. Eight runs out of there. New Zealand, 183 for 1. Yada from the Reliance end. Great shot, pulled straight to backward square leg though. Not the ideal way of handling that ball. Was quick onto that in the infield. Nicked it. That's the end of the over. 2 runs added. New Zealand, 185 for 1. Off the middle of the bat.
Well, that's textbook perfect. A lovely drive through the covers. No need for the fielders to chase that one. Lovely bit of batting. The century comes up, and really that has been a well-controlled innings. Hasn't given the bowlers much of a chance, that's for sure.
Finds the edge. Needs a direct hit. Let's just see if they can get that ball up into the slot as before. It's so crucial. You've got to follow up that last delivery and keep the batter under pressure. New Zealand weren't given much of an opportunity there. A very tidy over. Swept away, but finds the fielder. Nice shot, but straight to gully. Tremendous shot, came down the wicket, looked like a quick adjustment and just cut the ball away. Brilliant stuff.
Can he come back with a dot ball?
Great commitment. Pulled away, beats square, fine leg coming around. 4 runs added in the over. New Zealand are 195 for 1. Huge end.
How will the bowler respond?
Massive outside edge. Time to follow up after such a great delivery. Pitch it on a length is obviously the way to go. Jeez, timed that well.
Well, you can't fault that shot. Nicely played, and it was 4 runs all the way.
I'd like to see them just aim for the top of off now. As a bowler, you've got to make them play on your terms. Big edge. Time to keep the pressure on now. Great ball, that last one, to find the edge. It's just a case of finding the same spot. Does very well to quickly get across to this one. 10 runs added there. New Zealand are 205 for 1. Yadav from the Reliance end. Oh boy, that's a maximum. I want to know how far that's gone. Came right off the meat of the bat.
Gets onto the front foot, and that shot is full of aggression. Sent high and long over the rope.
That is huge, enormous, massive, gigantic. Take your pick.
That ball has been hit. It has flown into the crowd. To get that much power coming forward on the front foot is ridiculous.
Couldn't get it through the field. No, no, no. Terrible shot. End of the over. 13 coming from it. New Zealand 218 for 1. Lovely cover drive, but straight to the extra cover fielder. Gets that away.
Threaded it through brilliantly. All timing on that shot.
Don't need to do anything special. Line and length is the key here.
Yeah, too wide. It was there to be hit, and it was really given the treatment. Needs a dot ball.
Drilled that one away. Doesn't beat the infield. Crack! Head was completely still and they struck that hard, high and long for 6.
6 lost ball. How will the bowler reply?
Well, that was a struggle, getting smacked all over the park.
33 for 1.
Nice shot, but straight to gully. Can't get that outside the ring field. Smacks that away through the gap.
Well, what a lovely shot. It flew to the boundary. That's clearly not the type of delivery to be bowling here.
That's great fielding. That ball was flying. Four runs added in that over. New Zealand 237 for 1. Patel has the ball in hand. The captain will be hoping they can tie one end down. Runs have been flowing a little too easily.
Didn't like the look of that one and just ignored it.
Square cut, finds point, no run. Straight to the fielder. Patel has kept the pressure on in this over. Just needs to maintain the momentum going forwards. Yada from the Reliance end. Massive outside edge. reflexes, and that's stuck. Great grab. And that's gone. Amazing catch.
Well, the end of an entertaining performance with the bat. Certainly a good wicket to get. Those runs were really starting to flow.
After a big partnership is broken, it's not unusual to see another wicket quickly. Time to concentrate and get settled in.
First ball for the batter, coming in.
Lovely cover drive, straight to the extra cover fielder. Huge edge. New Zealand weren't given much of an opportunity there. A very tidy over.
How will he reply?
That's gone. Couldn't ask for an easier catch. Out. Nicely done by the keeper.
So that's the third wicket down. Not a happy person walking off the field. There's a real feeling of disappointment.
With the fall of that wicket, the new batter comes charging out to the crease. They're quick to take guard and face up. Got that away nicely. Finds the fielder with that shot.
Still honing in on their lines. The batter happy to let it go through.
Pulled away, but straight to square leg. Patel finishes an economical over and walks away with a wicket, which was fully deserved. That's a horrible shot to start the over. And gone. That's a fantastic catch.
A long walk back to the pavilion. This has not been a good knock. Not what you'd expect from someone of this skill level.
Number 6.
Flex that one, simple as you like inside the ring. Nice sweep shot that finds the field and square leg.
You can't fault the bowling. Sometimes your opponent is just too good. Wonderful front foot shot, and there's no point in chasing it.
Cuts that off well in the infield. End of the over, and it's a good one for the bowling side, not letting the batters build any momentum. Thick edge. Drive straight down the ground, mid-on will collect that one though. Great shot, pulled straight to backward square leg though. Was quick onto that in the infield. Patel has had a pretty good over, just needed a bit more luck to find a wicket. Pandya has been going really well here, comes back on from the Reliance end. Massive outside edge. Crash! Beautiful bowling.
The trudge back to the pavilion. A disappointing display in the end for someone with such batting skills. This one goes down as a fail.
Lots of pressure coming in to bat. They'll have to wait just a little bit longer to face their first ball though. Someone different now to bowl at. Brings a different set of problems. I feel it's just a matter of pitching the ball up and getting them onto the front foot. Bracewell ready to face their first ball. Really needs to settle quickly and see if they can get the ball into the gaps. Glanced away nicely, but fine, short, fine leg. Pulled away, but straight to square leg. There's a chance if it hits. Missed the lot. Lovely cover drive straight to the extra cover fielder. New Zealand weren't given much of an opportunity there. A very tidy over. Pandya from the Reliance end. Nicked it. Time to keep the pressure on now. Great ball, that last one, to find the edge. It's just a case of finding the same spot. Pinged off the bat.
Too much width, really. They're only asking for that to be hammered into the stands, and that is exactly what's happened. Might look to go big again here.
Couldn't get it through the field. Edged it. Just got to follow up that last delivery. Found the edge, but no reward, but putting pressure on the batter. End of the over. 8 off it. New Zealand, 268 for 5. Patel to bowl the first over of the power play. It's going to be very tough to stop these two free-flowing batters. Off the middle of the bat.
Starting to hit their stride. Fabulous piece of timing, and they're into the 20s. How will the bowler respond?
Brilliant diving stop. And caught. That's just superb. And gone. That's a fantastic catch.
Really getting to the tail enders now. 6th wicket gone. There's not a lot left in this lineup.
The field will come up now, you'd think. Pressure should be on as the new batter strides to the middle. They'll be looking for another quick wicket. Square cut. Finds point. No run. Six runs added in the over. New Zealand 274 for 6. Jadeja, the left-arm orthodox bowler, is coming into the attack from the Reliance end. Lovely cover drive straight to the extra cover fielder. Doesn't beat the infield. ticking the scoreboard over really nicely at the moment. Massive outside edge. Jadeja has finished off a tidy over there. Nothing to show for it, but we'll be well pleased nevertheless. Patel from the pavilion end. Head over the ball. Great shot. That's racing away.
Caressed that nicely through the gap to the boundary. Can he come back with a dot ball?
Can't get that outside the ring field.
Still honing in on their lines. Batter happy to let it go through.
Great shot through the gap. Eight runs added in that over. New Zealand 288 for 6. Great shot. Gets a hold of it and places it through square.
Well, a lovely shot. It flew to the boundary. That's clearly not the type of delivery to be bowling here. Just missed the line. Not the worst delivery, but that was dispatched with interest. Everyone just watched that in awe.
Finds the fielder with that shot. Smacks that away through the gap. End of the over, 12 runs coming from it. New Zealand 300 for 6. Great commitment. Square cut, finds point, no run. Misses everything. Collects that one, simple as you like inside the ring. Good shot, a beauty.
No point running for that one. It was a 4 the moment it left the bat. Beautiful shot off the front foot.
Over, New Zealand 304 for 6. Charmy coming back on here. They've been bowling really well so far. Huge edge. Let's just see if they can get that ball up into the slot as before. It's so crucial. You've got to follow up that last delivery and keep the batter under pressure. Lovely cover drive, straight to the extra cover fielder. Two, four, and that's hit high and hard. That's 4 more.
Well, you sometimes just have to stop and admire batting like that. Gets onto the front foot early, well-timed, and 4 runs. How will he reply?
Oh, that's a great shot early on. Wide of cover. And that'll give him a bit of confidence early on. May pull up short of the boundary though. Can't afford to go too full again. It does help to switch up the deliveries just to keep them guessing.
Hit that so hard. Pressed forward, got the body shape right and launched it. One for the textbook. Bracewell watched it closely and let that go through to the keeper.
Massive outside edge. That's the end of a very good over. Great pressure being placed on the batters here. Patel from the pavilion end. Oh my, that's racing away. Good fielding out in the boundary. Don't always mind getting hit for runs. What's important is just focus on getting the next delivery right. Nice shot, just a flick off the bounce.
Errs on the side of bowling slightly fuller and been put away. Needs a dot ball.
Cut away through the gap. Lovely shot. Before.
You can't fault that shot. Nicely played, and it was 4 runs all the way.
Getting nicely settled at the crease now. Would have to be very happy with that last shot. Onto that early. That could be 4.
Pierced the gap wonderfully on the offside at cover.
Power and precision in that shot.
4 runs. They were so still at the crease. Just a slight movement forward. Fabulous shot.
Straight to the fielder. Huge over. 20 runs out of there. New Zealand 340 for 6.
A very defensive field, this.
Thick edge. Time to follow up after such a great delivery. Pitch it on a length is obviously the way to go. Big edge.
Well, enough leverage there to get a good swing of the arms under it to get it over the rope. Still honing in on their lines. The batter happy to let it go through.
Does very well to quickly get across to this one. Nine runs added there. New Zealand 349 for 6. Huge edge. Oh dear, down the leg side and away for 4. That'll be 5 wides added to the score. Cuts that off well in the infield.
Sometimes your opponent is just too good. Wonderful front foot shot, and there's no point chasing that.
Massive outside edge. End of the over. 8 runs coming from it. New Zealand 357 for 6. Plenty of wickets in hand going into this, the final over. May as well go for broke. Was quick onto that in the infield. Just got to follow up that last delivery. Found the edge but no reward, but putting pressure on the batter.
Bracewell watched it closely and let that go through to the keeper.
Oh, that's been heaved away and punished over the rope. That's a brute of a maximum.
A good innings, that's 50. A simple raise of the bats. Thumbs up to their batting partner and they're ready to go again.
That's the big one, a maximum. Away she goes. If you lose the pictures, it's because it's hit the broadcast truck.
All the way, got it right out of the middle.
Oh, I thought that was passing, but a fantastic dive to cut it off. Time to keep the pressure on now. Great ball, that last one, to find the edge. It's just a case of finding the same spot. That's an incredible shot. Square drive and holds the pose as it goes all the way for a maximum. And that's the end of the innings. India have been set a target of 377 runs. This is a massive total to chase. You have to stay positive, but the openers are going to have to get at it straight away. There can't be any settling in.
Southey coming in.
Middle, what a start.
Well, that ball has been hit. It's flown into the crowd. To get that much power coming forward onto the front foot is just ridiculous.
Nearly gets the edge. Southey with a great delivery there. Winds up with misses. Looks like they went a bit too early on that shot.
That was another great delivery. Nice and short and just tucking up that batter. No more of that this over, unfortunately.
Oh, great run out. Oh, simple run out.
As they head back to the pavilion, they'll be wishing they went about this innings a little differently. Not too much to speak of on the scoreboard.
Yeah, big opportunity. They've worked really hard in recent weeks. They should have the confidence to build an innings and get a big score on the board. Doesn't beat the infield. That's the over. India are 8 for 1.
First over batters.
The right arm medium bowls end.
Still honing in on their lines. The batter happy to let it go through.
Oh my, that's just flown off the middle.
Well, they've faced one ball, scored 6 runs. Can't be much more efficient than that.
Yeah, it can be very disheartening seeing good deliveries smacked around. Sometimes though, you just got to accept it and move on. That's gone. Nice simple catch. In the air and cover takes an easy catch.
What a crucial breakthrough this is. Excellent bowling to get one of the key wickets cheaply.
Shot, not waiting around.
Well, that's a waste of a delivery. Absolutely no trouble getting onto it and dispatching it for 6.
Got that away nicely.
That was a lovely flowing drive through the covers to pick up the 4. How will the bowler respond?
Off the middle of the bat. Over India, 29 for 2.
Caressed that nicely through the gap to the boundary.
Southey from the pavilion end. Beats the outside edge. Good bowling there. Huge shot. That's a massive shot. Just incredible.
Just a little bit of room given and the power was immense. That has flown over the boundary.
A lovely hook shot. Might even make it to the boundary.
That's how to play the shorter delivery. Great footwork and just awesome timing and control to keep the ball down and find the boundary.
Oh, now then, that's high in the air. Batters should get a few here.
Just missed the line. Not the worst delivery, but that was dispatched with interest. Everyone just watched that gnaw.
That's gone for 6. That is a huge one. Shreyas needs plenty from these bowlers.
That's what you pay the entrance money for. It's flown into the crowd. A brilliant shot off the front foot. No need to move.
Oh boy, that's a maximum. I want to know how far that's gone. Came right off the meat of the bat.
Well, that was just textbook. Gets under it and with enough power lifts that ball over the top and it just keeps going.
Comes down the wicket and drives that in the air. Great attacking play by the batter. 4 more.
You can't hit the ball much better than that. Timed it to perfection. Might look to go big again here.
Oh boy, that is so close to leg. Oh, that's a great shot early on, wide of cover, and that'll give him a bit of confidence early on. May pull up short of the boundary though. Southie, I don't think, will be too happy with their bowler at the moment. Oh, that's beautifully struck, right out of the guts end all the way.
Well, that's what you pay your entrance money for. It's flown into the crowd. A brilliant shot off the front foot. No need to move.
Misses everything. Well, now that could be out of the ground. That's a tremendous shot, just sailed away.
Hit that one on the up. A fabulous drive for 6.
That's the end of the over. Just magical batting. Nothing the bowler can do other than watch the ball go all over the ground.
4 overs down, and the captain won't be too happy with her bowlers so far. It might just be time to mix things up. Maybe bring on a 4th or 5th change, just to try something different and hope their fortunes turn around.
Huge. That has flown.
You give that much width and you are asking for trouble. That was so well timed, it flew over the boundary.
The batter's made a bit of a meal of that delivery. Wide of extra cover and away goes the ball to the boundary.
That really wasn't a great delivery. Seen early and it was dispatched with a plum.
Beats the bat. Jeez, how's that missed the start? Peach of a delivery. Simple run out. Oh, great run out.
At long last they have the wicket. Could so easily have been a game-changing innings. All the same, it's been fabulous to watch.
Smacks that away through the gap. Smashed all over the park. I wonder if the captain will stick with them.
Well, that's textbook perfect. A lovely drive through the covers. No need for the fielders to chase that one.
No. Terrible shot. Really wound up for that. Ball seemed to come onto the bat quicker than he thought. Wow, that's missed the lot. Big edge. Where's that going?
Didn't time it at all, but manages to get it away to the boundary.
It's going a long way. What a shot.
That was just an unbelievable shot. Middled it and it flew over the boundary. Brilliant stuff.
Boundary last ball. What's to come this delivery? I wonder. Gone. Great catch. Gone. Catches win matches, and that was a beauty.
Great innings comes to an end. Brilliant scoring and a very entertaining performance. But got to go back to the pavilion now.